How's it going? Armando Vega with Yamaha Guitars, just hanging out here at our Winter NAMM booth 2016 with craft music. Check out the new Revstars. This is the first time in 10 years that Yamaha has launched an entire new series of solid body electric guitars. Not just a new series, but a new silhouette, a new sound, and something that's actually tied to our history a little bit. Now, the entire Revstar series is actually inspired by cafe racer motorcycles from the 60s and the 70s, which were really cool stripped down performance street racing bikes. And just so happens that it was the perfect match for the look and the vibe of our next guitar line. So if you take a look at some of these right here, this is the Japanese-made RSP20 CR for cafe racer. And if you just look at kind of the finish, I mean, it would have been kind of hokey to make it look like an actual motorcycle. It was really more the textures and the colors and the type of materials that we used that call back to those motorcycles. Like this particular pick guard right here, it's raw copper material and will pretty much perform like what raw copper over the time. It will age like it. And you look at some of the textures on these Alnico 7 pickups and the adjustable wraparound bridge, you'll see kind of that same texture. In the finish too, you can see that it's got its steel wool kind of finish, so it's very matted in a way. And then, of course, the racing stripe really seals the deal. The RSP20 really does take on that look. And as we go through the line, you'll see some other classic foreign familiar kind of looks. This is the RS820 CR. Love the finish on this one. This one is, the actual finish is called Steel Rust. The other one, this one's called Rusty Rat. These are a lot like the motorcycle finishes and the names, the pet names that they had. And here's, speaking of foreign familiar, this is, the RS720B. It's got a Bigsby. It's got our version of Filtertron pickups. So this is more of a classic vibe, and this is definitely something that we've always wanted to do, and this series really locks it in perfect. And right here is the very classic RS620 in burnt charcoal. When I mean classic, I almost mean classic rock. It just, this is something that the kind of guitar that I grew up with, and it's got everything you need. Dual humbuckers, wraparound bridge. Really cool new technology for Yamaha is this dry switch. The dry switch kind of functions like, well, it's a low cut filter in a way. I suppose if you're looking for a coil tap, this is a better solution. A coil tap's great when you need a humbucker to kind of sound like a single coil, but what it does is it takes out a lot of the windings, and it's a compromising sound. It's not the best sound. It just happens to be convenient. This gives you that kind of spank that you would look for in a single coil, but it's still a humbucker, and it still doesn't have the the hum that you would get from a single coil. So you're getting the best of both worlds. And the great thing about this dry switch, it still works with P90s. So very cool. So let's move over here along the line and check out some more models. So the one that captured really, besides the RS820 and the P20, the RS502T in Bowden Green, this really does capture the spirit of the motorcycle culture in the cafe racer style. Look at this tailpiece, really unique to Yamaha, very vibey. This is what I was talking about, like capturing, having that inspiration from motorcycles, not necessarily looking like a motorcycle, but something you go, yeah, I could totally see that on a motorcycle. And then of course the color, Bowden Green, racing kind of color, cream pick guard. Now, I'm thinking about all the pickups in the Revstar series. They're all designed by Yamaha, wired by Yamaha, and they're all voiced for each guitar. So each guitar has its own character. It's not like we just kind of slapped a pickup in. It's like, each one of them was, so if you were to swap pickups, you would get a completely different sound. This is the RS502 without the tailpiece, and with kind of the same look. This is where you get the steel wool look. Just really great stripped down performance kind of a vibe. Check out the hardware too. This is the satin chrome, just really puts it all together. And now we start going into the RS420. The RS420 is where you kind of have a little bit more of the foreign familiar, like I keep saying that word because where you've seen this before, but you have more of a chrome kind of styling on the hardware, traditional looking humbuckers, and just a guitar you can totally trust to just rock out with. And you got, of course, maple top here. All the guitars are mahogany necks, mahogany bodies. Some of them have maple tops, like this one in particular. And of course, there will see this is one of the finishes right here that I'm really a big fan of, the RS5 on the 420. It's the factory blue. Haven't seen a Yamaha with that finish I don't think ever, and it's kind of, to me, I don't really see too many guitars with that kind of blue. And then here's where the line kind of starts, is the RS320. This really unique color for Yamaha, and in general overall, this yellow. We have the Yamaha M3 ceramic pickups, which have so much awesome bark on this. This guitar, even though it's the entry level into the Revstar series, I mean it's a completely giggable guitar. Sounds great. Now, in the RS320s and the 420s, the necks profile are a little slimmer, and they have medium frets. As you go up the line, you get jumbo frets and a slightly brawnier neck.
But I think these are going to be good.
And then, of course, we have the RS320 in black steel, because you have to have black guitars. Great start. And what's great about these guitars, even though these are the start of the RS series, they're completely usable right out of the box. I wouldn't change anything on these guitars. I think right out of the box, it would be ready to start gigging and jamming. And I can think of, growing up in this price point, I always thought about, okay, I'm going to change the pickup, I'm going to change some of the hardware, and this thing's ready to go right out of the box. So I think we should take one for a test spin. What do you say? Let's go listen to one. Now, here's an RS 620 in brick burst, and this is Juan Carlos. Juan's going to put it through the paces for you guys. Take it away, Juan. Okay, go for it. Clean, do some clean.